So, hi, it's Eve. I'm about to get a haircut, which is always a precious gift to me. I love the whole thing, the way it feels to get your hair washed and looking different and having someone take care of me in a way that, like, I'm never going to spend 30 minutes to blow dry my hair. But I've been wanting to grow it long and kind of wild. It's always wild, but I decided, I'm just going to be open and just be open to a new look, whatever that might entail. And it's November 15th, the Ides of November. And I just realized kind of what I'm committing to more fully. And it's like working even more closely with my teacher, Jaya. And which is a similar setup to how I worked with Doctor, and like just very personally and kind of like a personal assistant. And I never thought I would do that again, work for someone. But I realize I'm not, because with Jaya, it's like working with the Divine Mother. It's like, it's working for the work. It's the same mission. And I decided I'm going to buy my domain name today, Eve. I've been waiting because I haven't felt like spending the energy for the technical thing of redoing my website, because I don't feel like that's how you really connect with people usually anyway. It's just, but there's still something about the bones of a structure, and I think just as a statement of readiness to the world and to myself, I will own the name, and see what happens on the other side. Okay, so I can't say I love the cut, but I love the experience. Okay, so I had been thinking of growing my hair long because I like it, like I said earlier, long and wild. But then I just wanted to have fun. So, you know how people have like, a lot of people have like shaved underheads. I even thought my roommate in Mexico had this, she was beautiful and had this awesome mohawk with like, it was like turquoise and I was thinking, yeah, mohawk would be cool. And then I was like, no, I don't want to go that extreme, but maybe, so as I was driving to the salon, so I looked up what that was, because I didn't even know what it was called, to have like half the asymmetrical thing. And it's called like undercut. So I was looking at pictures, and then I saw some with like shaved patterns on the back of their heads or the sides, and it was okay. I wasn't that into it. It reminded me of like, that when boys that in the 90s or something. But I saw one that I liked. It was of a lotus flower. Anyway, so I walk into the salon. I find the salon in Kent Island that does stuff like this. I walk in, and so after I made the appointment, the woman who answered the phone asked me if I wanted anyone in particular, and I didn't read about the stylist, so I just said no. I said, but I want someone who, like, I don't have a picture in mind, and I want someone who's, I have this kind of hair, I'm Asian, it's medium, whatever, and I'm open to this and that. And she hesitated for a moment, and then she goes, okay, what time? And it was Peggy, and she's the one who took my appointment. But then afterwards, I read online about the stylist, and it said that Joyce was the owner and that she's like very creative and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I wish. And I said, you know what? It will happen perfectly. So as I was driving, I thought, what would be great is if like everyone in the salon ended up working together to like create something fun and beautiful. And I walked in, and I tell Peggy, who made the appointment, like what I said, like I'm open. And she's like, I was like, yeah, I pretty much just want you guys to do whatever you want. And then she said, Joyce, which is the owner who I thought would be good at it, she said, it's too bad she's booked, And anyway, of course, Joyce ended up working on me. And so first she said, what colors are you thinking of color? I'm like, I'm open. I'm like, I've been thinking red lately. And she goes, red is common. And I said, I don't want it to necessarily, it doesn't have to be freakish, but I'm willing for it to be that. I want it to be like impactful, just like, yeah, something that represents me. And although I've liked my hair classic bobs lately too. So she ended up picking, what is it called? steel lavender, which I was like, that's exactly the color when I first bleached my hair blonde. I wanted it to be like Storm. I wanted it like silvery gray, and they said it couldn't happen. Like, so I had to get like a toner put on top of it, and it faded. But anyway, she said she could do it, and it doesn't really show up yet, maybe in the sunlight, but it doesn't show up as that silver that but yeah. Anyway, and then she said, oh, and when I walked in, so I said, yeah, I want a new look. Like, I feel like a new person. And she said, oh, why? New guy or new career? And I was like, actually, I feel like my womb is flowering. And then, an awkward silence. And I was like, which I guess affects all those arenas that you mentioned. And anyway, later she said she was inspired by that statement to shave a lotus flower in the back of my head. And I said, oh my God, I just saw those today for the first time and online. And anyway, she didn't do a full lotus flower. She actually made it like a bud, which is kind of cooler. And I bought my domain name today. I realized that the next step is to change my website. I didn't want to focus on the website because it can be so time consuming. And the person I worked with on my current one, the Jane Ida Lee, like, I really loved her, and it was this like co-creative thing. But it took like a year. And I just want to do something simple, but I do feel like it's the next step because like the class, I want to have auto recordings online so people can just self-study and just have like be able to post videos easily that link and to my YouTube, which because I'm pretty much communicate through videos mostly more than writing blogs now, and then also just like a introductory video, just even explaining what I mean by like being liberated from sexual slavery inside. And I can't do all that easily on my current site, so I'm kind of like hoping to manifest like an amazing like website designer who knows my work, like knows what I represent. Maybe we do a trade. I work with the person. But I just bought my domain name on Squarespace, so maybe I'll just do it myself. And Eve.com was taken, which I was like, what the fuck? Because the last time I checked, it wasn't. And I was like, God, I should have gotten them. But then I was like, no, Eve.org feels much better. So that's what I got.